Some people on Junkies had asked me how I had done this flower. So I thought I would try to video this. I do not do this on a regular basis, so you'll have to excuse me. Anyway, the first color that I used was this Stampin' Spot. It's called Blush Blossom. I don't know if they still make this or not. It was from several years ago. But it's kind of a light peachy pink. It's a rather pale color. And I inked up the first stamp in this Altenew set. I believe it's called Bold Blossom. It's a awesome set. I mean, the detail is unbelievable when it's all done. I'm using my Misty, and I have all my stamps set up so that I didn't have to keep lining them up over and over. I was making some anniversary cards and stuff for some friends at work. So after you do that, you go to the next stamp, and I have this piece of paper that I've cut just to protect the white area. If I can get this magnet up. The white area that's, because you've already inked up some of these, the ink would end up getting on your card, and then you'd have to start all over again, like I have had to do a few times. So it's best to protect it with a sheet of paper, scrap sheet of paper. So then I inked up the outline stamp, which is the second stamp in the layering process. And I used this lightest shade of ink from my Monthly Hero. It was in the very first set. I don't know what the color is. All of these came in that first kit that they came out with, which had the poinsettia in it. So that would have been January, I believe, 2016, or it may have been the month before. I can't remember. So then the next step is to do the lightest color of the embossing powder, and that's what gave it that different look. So once again, you definitely want to protect your non-stamping area of your cardstock so that these don't stamp onto that. I use the Versamark, and you definitely want to use the powder tool. And I probably should have done this before I laid this piece of paper down, just to make sure that the whole area was covered so nothing clings to it. Make sure it's all lined up. Of course, I'm sticking my oily fingers on there. And ink this up good with Versamark. Maybe I need to trim my little piece of paper down. Magnets want to stick to the scissors. It's like trying to let a cat get tape off the bottom of its feet. No matter what you do, it sticks. and press down good. And then I'm probably getting my head all in the way, and I'm sorry for that, but this is the Recollections Party Pink embossing powder, and that was the first color that I put down. Give it a couple little flicks with your finger just to make sure that this detail area right here doesn't have embossing powder blocking it all up, because there's a lot of detail there and it won't have the same effect if you can't see. Okay, it looks like it's all melted. And then you want to let it cool for just a second, because if it's still melted, this powder might actually stick to it. So then just go over it with the powder tool. And then put this up in the corner here. Make sure that's lined up. I don't know why, for some reason I'm having a difficult time with this. Maybe if I put that in the corner. There we go. And of course you want to protect this area. And we'll use Versamark again and use the last stamp in the series of 4 for the layering. Move that magnet just a little bit. Alright, and give it a good press. And then I used this Stampendous, and it's called Red Dragon Opaque. They still make this. I have had this for many, many years, and it's still works wonderfully, but they do still make it. So that tells me that it must be a pretty awesome color to stay around this many years, because I guarantee you that that bottle is probably at least 14 years old. And give it a couple little flicks with your finger. And that's that. And so there you go, embossing over top of a stamped layered image. I actually think it looks pretty cool. And thank you for watching. Bye-bye.